Good morning. It is Friday, July the 25th. Good to have you with us on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we've got some special guests coming your way. It is a rainy day out there, nasty weather across the city of Houston. One person who's been, I imagine, driving through it this morning, Benji Escobar. Joining us on a Friday, Benji. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. It's raining. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. You
nonstop
noticed, huh?
rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like since I don't know, since the beginning of summer, I mean, we haven't seemed to catch a break. It just seems to get worse and worse. But they say next week we could see the sun for a while. We may have some sunny.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Ooh.
can actually dry out. We certainly need to dry out around here. We want to thank everyone who's watching us this morning live on Facebook and YouTube. We're here Mondays through Fridays, most of the time when HCC is in session. We're always live at 10 a.m. But Benji, they can watch us anytime in social media and on our cable channel.
Yes, of course. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page. Not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV, our own TV channel, where you can catch a rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Yeah, so Benji, Fridays, you're usually here on Tuesdays, and it's Tasty
Yeah.
Tuesdays. We all have restaurants join us. Well, today is Friday, so it's Film Friday, and we've got a special guest who's joining us, a local production company talking about changes and challenges in today's industry. Brian Riley is joining us. He's the CEO and director of Nightwolf Productions and our Film Friday guest. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing about your company and all the things going on right now. Benji's going to be with you shortly, so stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
All right, first off, we're going to kick things off with congratulations to the new director of the award-winning Respiratory Therapy Program at Coleman College. Dr. Herbert Jackson is the Respiratory Therapy Program Director of HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. Welcome to the show, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you for having me, Todd. Glad to
Yeah,
be here.
now, we're looking forward to hearing more about respiratory therapy. We had guests on talking about this, especially in the wake of COVID. It seemed like this profession was really highlighted. Before we get to that, tell us a bit about yourself and what brought you to HCC.
Well, I know I only have 10 minutes to speak, and I can probably speak on this topic for about 20 minutes, but the short version of it is I'm actually homegrown. I actually attended the respiratory therapy program at HCC way back in the 90s.
Wow.
I received my associate degree from Houston Community College. Then I went on to Texas Southern to receive my bachelor's degree in respiratory therapy. Then I went on to receive my master's degree in environmental toxicology. And then I went on to receive my doctorate in education. I came back to HCC about 8 years ago, not 8 years ago, 18 years ago, I'm sorry, as full-time faculty to teach. And I have been there ever since.
Well, tell us, talk about the respiratory therapy position, what the importance. I mean, we used to have people on here during COVID talking about how important this job was
Mhm.
because they were needed more than ever. Are the jobs still out there? Is it still growing?
Respiratory therapy is one of the top growing allied health in the country. If you go to our National Association, which is the ARC website, or our Texas Society, Texas Society Respiratory Care website, they'll tell you the need for respiratory therapists in the next 10, 20, 30 years is have greatly increased, which since our last discussion we had, there has been an increased need across the country for respiratory therapists. So, it's always a great feel for students who wanted career in allied health to join, because the need growing further, because there's still pandemics and epidemics that are out there that are going to take, full scale. And for COVID, again, respiratory therapists were on the front lines, man, as in treating those patients.
Right. Is this a position? I mean, obviously, if you want to stay in the Houston area, the jobs are abundant here. But if you train in Houston, get your degree here or your certification, are they needed across the country or are there certain areas that have more of a need than others?
You know, it ranges due to the schools. So in certain areas, there are an abundance of schools. Like in the Houston area, we have Houston Community College, you have Texas Southern, you have UTMB down in Galveston, you have San Jac. If you were to go to Dallas, Dallas have several schools in certain areas. But if you went to the Midwest, or if you went to south to east, there's not as many schools. So the amount of schools dictate the amount of therapists that are, graduated, that are able to enter the field. So areas that are short on schools, then respiratory therapists have the autonomy to travel from one area to another area for work, for contract work.
What type of salary range are we looking for graduates who get out there and start working? What does it start at, and what's the mid range?
The average hourly salary, because most therapists staff, is around $37 an hour. The average their yearly salary is right around 80,000. So if you take into account that if they were to attend Houston Community College, which is a 2-year community college, and granted, their tuition varies between in-district and out-of-district. So, they may pay it around average for the full 2 years, around $12,000 to $15,000. When they graduate, they're going to make $80,000. So roughly around, they can make anywhere from 80,000 to 100,000. That's a pretty good jump in pay for for 2 years of school and the amount of tuition that they pay.
Now, I know HCC has year-round enrollment, but I know Coleman is a little bit different because you guys have cohorts. Is this program still accepting applicants, and what's the deadline to enroll?
And unfortunately, our deadline was June. So June 1st is our yearly deadline. The Respiratory Therapy Program accepts cohorts once a year. So once a year in the fall, we accept cohorts. The reason why our deadline is in June, because summer is about to end and the fall semester starts August 19th. So that our program has a robust boot camp. The college, Coleman College itself, has a robust boot camp where students come in, they learn expectations. We review resources that the college offer. We review what they should expect in the program moving forward. So in order to get all of those special trainings and start, we have to have a deadline in June, because that gives us enough time to get everyone in and get them adjusted to the program.
Is this a 2-year program as well?
2-year associate degree program. So when they graduate, they would get an associate degree in applied science with a concentration in respiratory therapy. That degree allows them to transfer to any 4-year university to get their bachelor's degree and then to their master's degree. We actually have affiliation agreements with the 4 universities, with Texas Southern University, the University of Texas Medical Branch, where once our students complete, and then also Houston Community College. We also at Coleman College also have a bachelor's degree program. Our students are able to transition easily into those programs to continue their education, which we encourage them to continue their education.
What advice would you give to parents who are trying to get their kids out there working, and maybe letting them know how great of a career this would be?
I've given advice to a lot of my friends in regards to college, and what I like to tell them to do is to do their research, because that you don't want to go in blind. And what I mean by do your research, a lot of the allied programs, they have recruiting fairs. They have information sessions. In information sessions, you're able to ask questions. You're able to see the degree plan. You're able to make a determination of what direction you want your your son or daughter to go in. You have direct contact with the program directors, with the faculty, with student services that can answer your questions to help you, make a decision. You don't have to make the decision on your own. They can lay out a plan for you and discuss what you're supposed to do and how each program is different, salary, what the tuition is, the rigors of the program, the hours of the program. So I always recommend attending the information session, talking with your advisors to really figure out what you want to do.
And I've got about a minute left, but I know you also help place students in jobs and help them find jobs, correct?
Yes, sir. Well, I don't want to toot our own horn, Todd, but at Houston Community College Respiratory Therapy Program, we have a very good reputation in the medical center and the surrounding areas. So our students are, when our students make the transition to the different hospitals, it makes it a very, very easy transition. One benefit that we have is at Coleman College, our program is situated in the medical center. So our students go to the various different hospitals. So the managers and directors see our students working. So it makes them an easy hire.
Dr. Herbert Jackson, he is the Respiratory Therapy Program Director of HCC's Coleman College for Health Sciences. Thanks for being on the show. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me, Todd.
More information. We'll have all the information and all the links pertaining to this program in our social media post after the show. All right, Benji's got an interview coming up in a few minutes. Right now, though, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. We're back with Brian Riley. He is the CEO and director of Nightwolf Productions and our Film Friday guest. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Hey, yeah, of course. We're looking forward to learning about your company and being a filmmaking degree myself here at HCC. And it's very exciting to talk about production and stuff. So let's begin with you telling us a little bit about Nightwolf Productions, including what inspired you to start your business.
Okay. Yeah, well, so we started in Houston about 8 years ago. I think we're a full video production company. We do all types of corporate video, training videos, recruiting videos. We even do some documentaries, commercials, even some short film stuff. And what inspired us to start our business here was just looking for a way to tell stories. I know there are a lot of businesses that don't have the outlet to create videos for their businesses to talk about their brand. And so that inspired me to start Nightwolf Productions.
Awesome, man. It's good to hear. And can you describe the culture there and how it contributes to your company's success?
I would say the culture here, we're all very collaborative. There's no one man that runs the show. Usually I'll come with an idea and my team of guys will all just kind of put our heads together and figure out what's the best way to attack the customer's plan, the customer's goals, so that we make sure that we can execute what the customer is looking for, what that client needs that will really tell that client's story. So we're very collaborative, very innovative group of young-minded professionals, very inclusive professionals.
Awesome. I know starting a business isn't easy, right? So, talk about some of those challenges that Nightwolf Productions faced and how they overcame that.
I will say I started Nightwolf Productions back in 2015.
Mhm.
I had been working a corporate job actually. My background is civil engineering, and I in high school I always wanted to do film. You know, I always wanted to be a director myself. I'm a huge film buff, but you know, I wanted to be able to pay my bills. My dad was like, "Hey, look, you know." You got bills to pay. So I went and got that
Yeah.
engineering degree, but I never got away from my passion of wanting to create art. So what I did was I had some friends that had their own businesses, and they let me go out and shoot videos for them. They let me go out and shoot little promotional videos. And then at some point, once I started seeing the money and the potential that I could make from that, I started looking for ways to incorporate my business. I turned my business into an LLC. I joined some networking groups, and from there, word of mouth, my business started expanding to where I have a team of about 5 people, and now we're working for agencies and a lot of local companies in the Houston area.
Well, congrats, man. I mean, I feel like that's been like a success story for yourself and for the Houston community, you could say, right?
Yeah.
Um, what is your vision for the future? Any plans of expansion or anything?
Yes, my vision for the future, of course, is to probably grow the team to probably about 10 people. That would be the large goal this year and probably next year. We definitely want to tackle more in the medical industry. There's lots of untapped resources there that we could really jump into.
Yeah.
Also, we want to jump into more short film production. A lot of us within my company have creative ideas, and we'd love to execute that. And so we want to do that. And we also want to kind of tap into local community stories. We'd love to work on some more documentary ideas and some more documentary products. So that's our goal for this year and next year. Just telling stories. Typically, we do a lot of corporate work, but we're also artists. And so when we get the chance, we love to kind of like execute that when we can.
Of course, and then also being in the same business as us here at HCCTV, we're eager to hear your perspective on current trends or future directions in the entertainment or production industry. Like, what have you seen out there?
Well, as you know, with the rise of social media, current trends, it's very hard to compete with cell phones right now. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's a filmmaker right now, you know, so it's like trying to figure out how can we balance that? You know, if everyone has a cell phone, how can the client tell the difference between what's being shot on the cell phone and what's being shot on a regular camera? You know, so that's one of the challenges, and this we just keep showing our portfolio, and the clients are always impressed. So that's one of the challenges I've seen, and one of the other trends I've seen. Most of the things are virtual right now. As far as like virtual collaboration, there was a time when I would have to go and work side by side with my editor, but now I can completely do that via Zoom, and we can share our files via cloud. So those are some of the trends that I'm seeing right now. I can even direct a full live stream from my home. I don't have to be there in person. So that's what I'm seeing right now, and oh, also with the rise of AI, that's a huge thing right now. I think there are a lot of artists that are kind of afraid of where AI is going, but I think it's been an asset and it's actually helped us a lot. So that's what I'm seeing currently right now.
And also, I wanted to ask you about, well, me myself, uh, with students and aspiring entrepreneurs, do you have any tips for those looking for to break into the entertainment business? How you were back in the day when you used to do your engineering job? What would you tell them?
Oh man. Okay. Tips for, are we talking about filmmakers, future
Yeah,
filmmakers?
filmmakers. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know what? For future filmmakers, I would say jump on as many sets as you possibly can. You know, create every opportunity that you get. Whatever that position is, whether that's cameraman, whether that's director, PA. There are a lot of crews here that are always looking for crew members. So I would definitely recommend that. Also, if you're looking to start your business, I would say join some networking groups. Networking groups are very great to kind of like put yourself out there, and people you wouldn't be surprised who knows who. So I definitely recommend that. And I also recommend that everybody kind of look into their local chamber of commerce as well. That's another good idea.
Mhm.
And if you work in a full-time job and you're looking to start your business, don't quit that full-time job yet, just kind of like slowly work your way into it, and then it'll all work its way out.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for that advice. And I hope all the folks who are
Problem.
watching, you and myself, I'll take that into consideration. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Brian Riley. He is the CEO and director of Nightwolf Productions and our Film Friday guest. And we'll have all of your info on our post after the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Awesome. And then coming up next, we have a quick commercial break. Todd and I will return for some news and announcements.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we got a few announcements before we wrap up this Friday's show. One of them happening, registration fairs. That's right. If you want to register to your HCC, we've got fairs going on across the district that will help you do so in person. They offer personalized support for admissions advisors who will answer all your questions, help you enroll, and complete a checklist of items. Next up, Wednesday, July the 31st, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the South Campus. And there'll also be another registration fair at the North Line campus from 4 to 6 p.m. on July 31st. For times and all the information, check our post after the show. And we've also got free vaccinations happening today, Benji.
Yes, all HCC students registering for the fall classes qualify for these free shots. That's a really great deal. This will take place today, Friday, July 26th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Northline campus. Registration info is on our post after the show.
We talked about in-person registration fairs. We've also got virtual ones as well. Enrolling in college is a lot to juggle. These virtual information sessions offer admission advisors who'll help you walk through everything you need to know about enrolling for classes. Check our post after the show on how you can watch one of these sessions. We've also got internships for those in the military.
Yes, HCC's military education program would like students to know about a great opportunity if they're eligible. Robert L. Glover, Executive Director of HCC's ROTC and Military Education Programs, has provided flyers in English and Spanish with more info. So check out our post after the show for the flyers and more details.
Okay, we've been talking about registering and enrolling. It is time to register for the fall. If you haven't done so, now's the time to do it. We have 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are completely online. 2 of them are hybrid, with in-person classes and also virtual sessions. And then we also have the traditional in-person classes. All of those are available. Make sure you go to hccs.edu/apply to enroll today. Mental Health Monday coming up when we return from this weekend. One of our Digital Center of Excellence instructors will be talking about animal therapy and how it can help you through the loss of the grief of a loved one. And we'll also have another Music Monday with an upcoming live outdoor concert with an all-female Norteña band featuring 5 Houston sisters. We got a lot going on Monday. Too bad you won't be hosting the show on Monday. You're going to be here on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I will be, but
Yeah.
I know who we're gonna have as a guest, and I've seen him before. Pretty great.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'll be gone all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in Cancun. I'll be thinking.
Okay.
Maybe
Well, you
no.
catch us
Anyway.
live. Catch us live at 10 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure I do that from the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Try to stay dry, and we'll be back on Monday live at 10 a.m. with Up to the Minute.